Alright. Okay. They want all the money. Okay, PH is PH Live. Let me see. Hold on right quick before I start my video. You'll see, okay. No, it's not live feed, it's a short. Oh, Prime Me Copper. Let me go and hit the like button though, just in case. Go and give me his like. PH, we need that content. Two videos a day. Alright, okay. And shorts, and many of I mean, I think 7, you can probably do 7 shorts a day, I think is what YouTube allows. But anyways, so we done some research last night on the Chat GPT, because Brother Andrew over here trying to figure out how to, play this Russian game. I got to play the game like I'm Kobe. I got to play like the Russians. But I can't go cross country with it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have no desire to start up a truck here in Nashville and aim for freaking Los Angeles, California. That's too far. That's just too far, man. I ain't got no desire. Even with a new truck, even if I hear the latest, greatest shoe shine, that's too far. Because I live here. It'd be different if I had a house out there somewhere, if I knew some people out there to stay with, and maybe I hear some family to go visit out there, maybe auntie or uncle or some cousins, but to just be going out there, that's why I don't go up to the Northeast. I ain't got no desire to go, past, New York and all that up there. What's up there? Ain't nothing up there for me. I don't need to be up there in Massachusetts unless I'm getting paid some money. But anyways, I'm just trying to figure out how I can do, just like, these Russian drivers, 600-700 miles a day minimum, but do it right here around Nashville. So what I found was, take a drive-in, leave out of Nashville. This is the home base right here. Leave out of Nashville, go to Chicago, Illinois. Okay, now we can get good rates going from here to Chicago. It's just short miles, like 300 miles, maybe $1,000, something like that, okay? When we get to Chicago, Illinois area, just anywhere in that whole Illinois area, with a drive-in, we got 2 options. You can go Chicago to Atlanta, Georgia. You get about, with a drive-in, anywhere between $1,800 and $2,400. Usually $2,000 is what they paying from what I see on DAT load board today. Or you can go from Chicago on down to Florida. I want to say with a drive-in, a little bit over 3,000. I want to say like 3,300, something like that. The problem is, obviously, if you go down to Florida, you stuck in the dead zone. I don't know how to get it. Look, you're gonna be stuck down now. I ain't trying to go to Florida. Plus, it's too hot anyway. Too much sun down there. So, we go to Atlanta, Georgia. From Atlanta, we got a couple of options. You can do like the Russians would do, just turn around from Atlanta and go back to Chicago, but that pays under $2 a mile. That's like $1.80, $1.70. Maybe you can negotiate. If you can negotiate back to $2, then okay, go. Go ahead and go. But more than likely, that's not gonna happen. So we got to, you got a couple of options. You can go from Atlanta to Nashville. That's one option. Short miles, or you can go from Atlanta to Birmingham area, or Atlanta to Bowling Green, Kentucky area. And then from anywhere in them 3 areas, you can then get a good rate going to Chicago. But the problem is, that may be killing 2 days of work. So you would get a higher rate per mile, but you're gonna come up with you're gonna have a less gross at the end of the week because you done these short hops. So as the Russians would do it, since it's all about the gross now, it's all about how much you can gross now. It's not about take home, it ain't about none of that. It's about gross now. It's about this 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 gross. So what I found is just run Atlanta to Chicago, Chicago to Atlanta, and just run it nonstop. You run that nonstop, you get your $2,000 going down, you get your 1,000 back up. Take 1 day to go down, 1 day to go back up. 700 miles a day. And then of course on the weekend you're gonna have some extra days there, but you can gross your $8,000, your $9,000. Now this is where we can switch it up to make it more money. If you got a reefer trade, this is what I'm talking about doing. I'm not telling y'all do what y'all do. This what I'm talking about right now is somebody with authority, drive-in trailer, controlling their own shots. I ain't talking about you go tell your dispatcher to go run you this. I'm just talking about me. Y'all like this hat, man? They done sent me a couple of hats. Y'all. I done told y'all I got so many hats up in there now. Because of my main man, S125. See, I got the... Look at this. They sent me a shirt. I said, man, his head is too big, man. They said, put it on anyway. I said, damn, I got the... Come on, man. Look at all that face. All that face. They actually sent me a hat to match this. I just couldn't find it in there because there's so much crap in there. But anyways, man, y'all got some different shaped hats too? Because I don't know about these bucket hats. You know, they saw my hat and they like put on the bucket hats. But I'm like, okay, but y'all ain't got no other type of hats other than the bucket. Y'all got the top hat? Can I get a top hat? You know, top hat. About this tall too. Nah, I'm just playing, man. If y'all want to send for all y'all clothes supplies out there and manufacturers that watch my videos, hit the email, send them all over. We got a lot of people sending a lot of stuff now. You know, because they told me in order to make it look like I make money, I got to you know, change. I got, you know, new shirt, new everything. Now I look like I guess I make, you know, $1 million now. Even though ain't nothing changed. I mean, the car still right there, same car, same truck, same authority, same company. I mean, I ain't really seeing no change in the money, but they said this right here is how we determine if he making money or not. Okay, well, okay, now I got it on, but I'm just, the bank account ain't just, I didn't see in the bank account. Maybe I need to call the bank and let them know. Maybe that's what I got. Maybe the bank don't know that, you know, I got a whole people sending clothes. I got a whole clothes supply now. Maybe I need to call Navy Federal, because I'm telling you, man, them numbers in that bank account, boy, that I ain't seen that $1 million check come through yet. Boy, these boys want me to go up to Fort Campbell and freaking. They got a flatbed driver up here in Fort Campbell, about an hour away. He don't have a clean background, and they need somebody to go meet him up at the truck stop, hook up to his trailer, take the load in the Fort Campbell military base so it can get delivered, and then give him back the trailer. And these food right now, they at $500. $700, I think about it. $700, I think about it. Last time I went up to Fort Campbell, I took a household trailer. Y'all know, cause I was moving some military people were moving in. I hit that freaking, I don't know if it was an Atlas trailer, one of the moving van trailers. Sat up there all day. They ain't even pay us. They ain't even pay us at all. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Then it's a flatbed load too, because this is Bennett Motor Express. I'm thinking it's gonna be a flatbed load they try and get unloaded. You know, Bennett is a good company, well-known company, but I'm pretty sure it's a flatbed load going to Fort Campbell. It could be a drive-in, but I don't know if they do drive-ins. But anyways, so what was I saying? If we had a reefer, the rates change. Chicago to Atlanta now, instead of 2,000, I believe it's 3,000. Let me double check. Go on DET load board. Now I can't do the reefer thing until after the insurance renewal, but obviously I got the reefer sitting up in Chicago from Super Ego. I just pick up their reefer, $1,600 a month. I ain't got no interest in buying no reefer trailer, no drive-in trailer. Why? Because I got access to them now on whatever dates I need them, for however many trailers I need. Instead of me, if I lease people on, think about it. If I lease people under my authority, if you waiting for me to, you know, dish out $15,000 per trailer, that's gonna be a minute. But if you want to lease on and you ain't got no trailer, okay, well I just got this phone right here. I click a bunch of buttons and hey man, go, the trailer sitting over there is brand new. Go pick it up and fetch the money. I like that. I like that. Running the game like I'm Kobe, like I'm the Russians. That's what the Russians do. Yeah, we learning from the Russians, baby. We shoot. Come on now. I'm still working on the brand new trucks, guys. I got the trailers. I I ain't got the trucks yet. Because the minute I get these trucks and get them trailers, I mean, I already got the trailers. The minute I get them trucks, I'm be looking for company drivers or people that want to lease a truck, you know, straight lease, you know, whatever, same thing the Russians do. Maybe less deductions though. I ain't gonna hit you for all that stuff they be making up, but you know, DAT load board freight, you know, because it's just one of me guys, I probably let you guys just book you book yourself. Ain't no point in me sitting over here wasting time trying to find everybody loads, and cause it's one of me and a bunch of y'all. But I'm trying to get your brand new trucks too, just like y'all want, with the plastic on the seat. Y'all already know what the truck note gonna be, about 900 to 1,000 a week. Same thing, like everything is the same as the Russians. Trailer 250. You know, I may have to do an escrow. I don't know. May have to. Same deductions as the Russians. You know, I don't offer no $75 a week, you know, administrative fee. I ain't got none of that, cause I don't know how to work no ELD from the back office. I ain't got no, nah. You about to run legal over here. I ain't gonna lie to you until I figure all that shoe shine out. You know, now if I figure that out, then we'll work on that. But I ain't got that figured out. I ain't never ran a bunch of people on no ELDs, so. But if y'all, you know, if you watching this video, you work for the Russians, Vladimir Putin, and you offer that type of service, hit me up on the email. You know, I'm always ready to do some talking, some negotiating. We got room for growth over here. Got room for growth. I'm just saying, you know, Progressive want to go up on the rate, so I need to go up on the risk. Since everybody want to go up on something. I ain't hearing from an insurance agent yet though, but I'm just saying, Progressive, they said, hey Andrew, man, you know, I know you like them dirt cheap quotes, but this year, Andrew, we got to go up on the money. We got to go up on how much we charge you, because, you know, people out here, they lose their minds out here. I said, oh, okay, well, since people are losing their minds and, you know, y'all paying out too much money in insurance and you got to go up on my insurance, I need to go up on the risk. I need to do some more. I need to risk some more, you know, risk some more for this money. I thought what I was doing, you know, right now, I thought this was less risky. You know, me just barely working, local driver. They said, nah, Andrew, I know that is less risky, but Andrew, you know, the way insurance work is, we got a lot of crashes over there in Nashville, Tennessee, so we gotta spread that thing out through everybody. Okay, no problem, but we're gonna spread that risk out too. We're gonna spread the risk out too. So let me see how risky of a business I need to run. And the great thing about it is Chicago to Atlanta. That's two cities, Scam Atlanta and Iraq. Iraq and Scam Atlanta. Woo-wee. That's two cities that I know I can get away with a lot. I can get away with a whole lot in both cities, from Atlanta to Chicago. All right, so what we gonna do about this? Insurance. And I got two pathways. Coming out of Iraq, we can go straight through Kentucky. I don't even think it's no scale houses. I think it's one scale house in Indiana. I don't even think it's gonna be an issue, to be honest. I don't even think that scale house is open. But other than that one scale house, you come down here between Nashville and Chattanooga, they got that one scale house. But the problem is, if you get loaded during the daytime in Chicago, by the time you get to that scale house before Chattanooga, between Nashville and Chattanooga, it's gonna be after 5 p.m. It's gonna be dark. We ain't even stopping. You know, I'm talking about just blow past it with no cares in the world, because they're gonna be closed anyway. So that ain't no issue. That ain't no issue. I plus I'm legal anyway. I got KYU number. I can go in the scale. As long as I ain't overweight, I can go in the scale. So I ain't worried about nothing. All right. Oh, we already passed the level 1 inspection. We can pass it again. Yeah, we can pass it again. Truck ain't nothing changed on that truck. Matter of fact, I tightened it up a little bit more. All the lights work. No air leaks. Good tires. Good brakes. Shoot, I tightened that thing up some more. We got some legal lettering now. And we got all the shoe shine on now. Okay, now that we got that out the way, what was I looking up? Reefer. Okay, let me refresh. Reefer. We was looking in Chicago. I may have to get an easy pass. I don't think I don't know about that. I looked at the Easy Pass, and now they say if you get one, not an Easy Pass, an iToll pass, it's 50% off tolls. But I don't really think I'm be on a toll route, you know, from Illinois to Atlanta. I don't see. I mean, if I am on a toll route, it'll only be for like 1-2 exits. But nah, I don't need to be doing that. All right, Atlanta, Georgia, reefer today. Okay, let's take a look. Do like the Russians, has gross. What it has gross button? There it is right there. Okay. So we got Chicago to Georgia, 3,300, 3,000. If you go to South Carolina area, 3,000. Alabama, 3,000. Wait a minute. Chicago to Atlanta. Let me get it closer to Atlanta, within 50 miles. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that's much better. Okay, get a little bit closer to Atlanta. Okay, so 3,000, 3,000, 2,600, 26, 25, 24, 24. A lot of 24s. A lot of people paying 24, 2,000. Okay, let me show it with a van trailer. A lot of lows and I already took out for the day, but that's all good. With a van trailer, you still right there at 2,000, 1,900, 1,800, 1,750. So reefer is about $1,000 more. Okay. And then it's the same route to go back up as a dry van with a reefer. So it just depends on, you know, which one you prefer, dry van or reefer. I'm still looking at how to come out of Atlanta and get back to Chicago without being under $2 a mile. That's why I gave them other options: Birmingham, Nashville, or Kentucky. I haven't looked at those routes with a reefer, because once you get over there, maybe you can go up with a reefer. But we got a lot of research to do. I gotta take a lot of risks. I shoot. They telling me, hey Andrew, man, it's time for you to gross 8, 9, 10,000. Okay. I got my mechanics right there in Atlanta, Georgia. They do brakes. They do cheap tires, brand new tires, cheap, stolen really. But I got tire mechanic, brakes, shots, AC, anything dealing with the braking system, brake drums, anything dealing with the brakes. All that's right there in the, you know, tires, brakes, AC. That's Atlanta, Georgia. We got a rebuilt mechanic that we just discovered. Lady Trucker had discovered it for me. She has sent it to me right there in Kentucky. I don't know what area of Kentucky he's in, but he's charging the same thing as the secret shop that I got down in by Josh house. He charging about the same thing. Well, let me see where he's at. Let me see. Now, I don't know nothing about the shop. I just, like I said, I just discovered the shop yesterday. It's on TikTok. I'm trying to play the video. Oh, I got it on Bluetooth. Wait a minute. Disconnect the Bluetooth.
Rebuild. What if their truck needs?
Oh, wait a minute. Is this it right here?
Okay, Lucas, now that our price is at $11.5, still part of a promo?
Wait a minute, I'm connected to something because the audio ain't working. I think I'm still connected to StreamYard. It's out all that right there.
No? Okay, Lucas, now that our price is at $11.5, is that still part of a promo or is that over?
No, actually, we're done with the promos. We've done a lot of great things with the $11,000 promo in the first quarter with the owner-operators, and we've crunched the numbers and decided here at Cajun Diesel Repair, moving forward, that $11,500 out the door, tax, title, and license. Call anytime to get that same pricing. Give us a call at 606-4...
Tax, title, and license. Hold on, that might be the wrong video. Wait a minute, hold on.
how we gonna convince these people this $11,500 in frame is a real deal? We ain't gonna get your truck in here and charge you $40,000, $50,000 to get it back out.
Man, no, we ain't no spam risk. We ain't telemarketers. You know, we're K2 Diesel Repair. We're really here. We're really doing the work, and that's really the price. $11,500 start out on the basic engine in frame. Hey, come get you some. Bring a truck in here. I'll show you that it's $11,500. But I can tell you this right now. When word gets out that this ain't spam risk or telemarketers, hey, don't worry about the mule. Just load the wagon. You hear me? Give us a call at 606-424-7743. Thanks, guys.
Look, how we gonna convince these people?
Okay, let me see what else he got. So apparently they're doing rebuilds for $11,500 for a basic end frame. That includes block cut and a basic overhaul kit. Like I said, that's out of Kentucky. K2 Diesel, I think it said was his name. Yeah, K2 Diesel Repair. I don't know what part of Kentucky that is though. I don't see an address either. So I'm gonna have to do some more research.
What's the difference in a $11,500 rebuild and a $25,000 rebuild?
Well, hell, sounds like the price. I mean, I guess depending on how you look at it, that could be a 2 for the price of 1 type deal. You know, if you had 2 trucks, you could get both of them done for the same price of $25,000. Who's doing an $11,500 rebuild anyway?
Buddy, I reckon you are.
Well, shit, I guess you are right. Hell, if you got 2 trucks and you want them in frame for the same price of $25,000, give us a call down here at K2 Diesel Repair, 606-424-7743. Thanks, guys.
What's the difference in a $11,500 rebuild and a $20,000?
I have to figure out what part of Kentucky they in because I don't see it on a TikTok. But hey, 11.5. My mechanic right now, his rebuild is basically 11.5 too. His labor, I think his labor is $5,000. It's either $5,000 or $5,500. The guy that cut the block is $2,500 now, and then your basic overhaul kit. Let me add that up right quick. Okay. Now the $5,000 labor that covers whatever you need, you know, whatever you need done to it. 5,000. Let me do 5,500 to be on the safe side. 5,500 plus 2,500. That's 8,000. Then the overhaul kit is 4,000. So that's about 12,000 right there if it's 5,500. And then if it's 5,000, that's 11,500. So they both the same price. You know, it's just my mechanic is in Mississippi. I ain't got no route going to Mississippi. This guy's in Kentucky. If I'm running Chicago to Atlanta, I'm coming through, you know, Kentucky, but I don't know what part of Kentucky he in. But 11.5 gonna keep the truck running. 11.5 is what it should be. What? That ain't 2 weeks of running. If I gross 9,000, I keep about 4 to 5. So maybe about 2 to 3 weeks of running. But we just saying a month you have to rebuild money. So if the truck go 30 days, you ain't worrying about nothing. Because to be honest, if it break down, get it towed to him depending on where you at. It's some shops in Atlanta that do rebuild. But man, we ain't got no good experience down there with them Atlanta shops with rebuilds. You know, I think I'd rather, you know, I'd rather just, you know, if I'm closer to him, I'd rather deal with him. You know, I don't know about them Atlanta shops. Y'all had to tell me a shop in Atlanta that y'all trust to do rebuilds, because I ain't. Oh, wait a minute. I got a shop in Georgia that's perfect on 12, 7, 14 liters, but he in Augusta, Georgia. How far is Augusta from Atlanta? Now, we can get towed to him. Wait a minute now. But it ain't going to be nowhere near 11.5. He going to be about 25,000. But let me see. Atlanta to Augusta. It's about 2 hours. You can get towed 2 hours. That ain't no problem. I'd rather get towed to him, you know, because I can fly out the airport from there and come back, you know, whenever. So that's one option. We got that mechanic. And then, like I said, this guy in Kentucky. And then I know there's plenty of people up in Illinois that rebuild engines, but guys, I don't know the foreigners and the people up there rebuilding. I don't know. I had to ask one of y'all that work up there. Not that we looking for an engine rebuild. I'm just saying, it's just in case something happens, one day, because you own the truck, so you drive forever. One day if something happened, you know, hey, you got some shops to go to. That's all we saying. Gentry and Son, I think they towards Knoxville. That's another option too. I think they over in Knoxville. Let me see. Gentry and Son. Sweetwater, Tennessee. Okay, they right outside of Chattanooga, so that's another option right there. I go to Gentry and Son for a rebuild. So we got, yeah, so we need told, man. We got 3 options. We got the guy in Kentucky, we got Gentry and Son towards Chattanooga, and then if we down in Atlanta, we got my guy to do rebuild. So hey, and that's if the motor blow. Less scale houses. We got cheap fuel, cause I fill up right here in Nashville for like $3 a gallon, $3.10, something like that. How far can I get cheap fuel? Let me do mud flap. Where's mud flap? I don't know if I can get fuel that cheap up in Illinois, but I'm finna find out. Okay, we go towards Kentucky. I can get cheap fuel all the way up to Louisville, Kentucky. That's $3.13. Illinois, well, Indiana's $3.50. Illinois $3.60. But see, I wouldn't get fuel nowhere up there, simply because you gotta think I got 130-gallon tanks on each side, so I just go up there with a full tank and come right back down. That ain't no problem. Ain't no point in me. Or if I needed to get some fuel up there, it wouldn't be too many gallons. Maybe like 30 gallons. You know, that's it. Assuming I'm on empty, which I wouldn't be, because I'm coming out here with a full tank. So yeah, man, I think I'm gonna probably try that route right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that route. When I'm gonna do it. Look, if you waiting on Andrew to do some work, I don't know when that's gonna happen, but just understand when it do happen. Okay, I don't want y'all to be, you know, in a panic. Cause to tell you the truth, I can go do it at any day. I just don't, you know, I just ain't no desire really. It's too hot out there. Man, it's about to storm today. I'm gonna go to the gym, man. I was supposed to actually get started when school got back in, cause I'm still debating, man. Do I want to get in school or do I not want to get in school? What kind of discouraged me was it's gonna take a year to graduate. It'll take a year for me to graduate. I can't do it in a semester. Only because, not because of the credits, it's because of the credits. You gotta do 25% of your credits gotta come from the college you intend to graduate from. And the problem with 25%, that's more credits that you can do as a full-time student in one semester. It's gonna take 2 semesters, and I didn't plan to do this, you know, for a whole entire year. But well, what's the other option, Andrew? To get this money. It look like that's what we're gonna be doing. Insurance that went up. I can't go to college if insurance going up. How am I go to college and they all this insurance? So like I said, it look like to me we gotta take a lot of risks, and we taking all this risk. We might as well, yeah, hey, we gotta take all this risk. I'm just saying, I might as well go, hey, start getting the money. Start getting the money. All right, y'all, man, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. My email be in the comment section for all y'all supplies out there. And if y'all got truck drivers, got some questions, if y'all know some rebuild shops in Atlanta that y'all, you know of that's cheap, because we like cheap. I ain't trying to pay no 20, 30,000. We trying to do 11.5. That's parts, block cut, and labor. If you got them type of prices, let me know where you at. Now let me know where your shop is at. Also, coming out of Atlanta, if y'all know where I can go with a drive-in or a reefer to get back up to Chicago, let me know. Let me know. I can run a triangle. You know, do I need to go up to PA and come back across? What I need to do? Let me know. Let me know, because I'm looking to run this route. Whatever the route is, I'm looking to just run that back and forth. That's it. I ain't trying to get fancy with it. I ain't trying to go, you know, visit no other states. I'm trying to run this route, you know, non-stop, let the money continue. I get paid out the air load, so every 700 miles, drop the money in my bank account. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, when? I don't know. I don't know. I can't put no date on it. I can't put no date on it. That's a thing. I don't know when. That's the problem with having no authority. I don't know when we gonna do some work, but when we do some work, the money gonna come in. The money gonna come in. If you didn't watch the live feed last night, where I broke down how much I can make, you know, running my operation with my expenses, go look at it. I know it's 2 hours, but go check it out. You know, maybe I think the first 30 minutes, you already see the numbers. And you guys can get an idea of what it's like to have the mindset to take on all this risk, like the Russians, okay? You understand where I'm coming from, because there's a lot of reward, a lot of risk, a lot of reward. The reward is the money. So when I start talking about how we gonna get a, you know, a F-250 and y'all saying it's $60,000, okay, well, we can make $60,000. We just gotta take on the risk. We gotta take on the risk. Yeah, that's all. What's the risk? Driving the truck and holding the steering wheel. Other than that, as long as you ain't, you know, out here smashing families, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Plus that route get me through the house anyway, because I gotta go through Nashville. If I run Atlanta to Chicago, I gotta go through Nashville anyway. Ain't no way around it. I got to come through Nashville. So it gets me home too. It gets me home. I got to come through Nashville. If I'm coming out of Chicago, if I go through Paducah, Kentucky, I gotta go through Nashville. Clarksville, Nashville. If I go through Bowling Green, Nashville. You gotta hit Nashville to go through Chattanooga. So it seemed like a great route to me. Drive-in reefer. Seemed like a great route to me, you know. I don't see no reason to go to Florida, you know, unless it was a reefer. I'll go from Chicago to Florida. When I get to Florida, I have to find some freight paying. It's got to be at least, you know, $220, and it's probably got to go upwards or outwards, or, you know, whichever direction. But I don't have that connection. I do know it's high paying loads down there in Florida for reefer drivers, you know, but you know, that ain't me. But I'm out of here, y'all.